Hello there, Brick Fanatics. Surprise! More LEGO Star Wars has been revealed. This is turning out to be a very good week for the theme. Just yesterday we were talking about a bunch of new LEGO sets, including one featuring Aayla Secura. This time around it's Asajj Ventress's turn, and I've got to say, this is another character with a very interesting development behind the scenes. First up, speaking of Aayla Secura, this new 327th Star Corps battle pack is going to pair very well with the set containing her and containing Commander Bly. They're just going to go together very well. It almost feels like we could have done with a couple of these clone trooper minifigures in that set rather than quite so many battle droids, but whatever. We've just already got a lot of them is all I'm saying. By the way, if you're interested in purchasing any of the brand new LEGO Star Wars sets that have just been revealed, make sure that you do use the affiliate link which is down in the description or the QR code that is on screen to take you straight to the LEGO website. We get a percentage of the sale when you purchase through those links. Helps to keep the lights on at Brick Fanatics. The exciting new thing here is the V-19 Torrent, which is a brilliant looking set with brilliant looking minifigures. We've got Clone Wars armor Obi-Wan Kenobi, we've got a clone pilot, and we've got Asajj Ventress herself. I was saying earlier in the year that I felt like with Tales of the Underworld, now would be a brilliant time to give us a new Asajj Ventress minifigure, and here she is, albeit one from the Clone Wars era rather than from the Tales of the Underworld show. I could do with maybe some kind of hairpiece to clip on the top here for her, but otherwise I'm perfectly happy with this minifigure. It's great to have her back in minifigure form. So shall we talk about Asajj Ventress a little bit? I think we shall. This is a character who was at one point supposed to be the Darth Maul of Star Wars Episode 2. She was designed by concept artists Ian McCaig and Dermot Power. McCaig was adamant right from the start that he wanted Episode 2 to feature a female Sith Lord so that female fans of Star Wars had a cool, iconic villainess character that they could rally behind and that would make them feel seen. His exact words, "I felt this was a great opportunity to introduce a strong woman character to give girl fans an icon. The first drawing I did for Episode 2 was a female Sith. I remember George coming up and looking at it and asking what it was. 'It's your Sith, George,' I said. 'It's got to be a woman.' In Darth Vader and Darth Maul we had two male Sith Lords, and I thought this was a great opportunity to put a strong woman character out there." And so, mostly driven, I think, by McCaig's enthusiasm, he and Dermot Power do a bunch of different designs for a potential female Sith, and they're drawing inspiration from all kinds of different places. Some are younger, some are older, some are more metallic and cyborgy, some are alien, some are more humanoid, and George Lucas is giving his feedback and opinions here, and at one point they're considering the kind of more metallic robotic approach, and then at other times they're like, no, we need someone with emotions and with some nuance and depth to them. They draw inspiration from a lot of samurai films, which is where the name Asajj comes from. It's a version of Asajj, a character from a Kurosawa film, but then they're also drawing inspiration from witches and voodoo, which is where the name Ventress comes from, the town of Ventress in Louisiana being famous for its voodoo queen Marie Laveau. The team work on these designs for quite a while until they get it all narrowed down, and George Lucas says, that's it, that's possibly the villain of the film, or it might be Christopher Lee instead. And everyone's like, it might be Christopher... What? It might be Christopher Lee? This is literally the first time they've ever heard this. But apparently behind their backs, George had been talking with Christopher Lee about getting him into the film. And ultimately he does, and so George is just like, right, that's the villain of the film now. Make us a Count Dooku who can be the bad guy. And they're like, oh, all right then. I guess we'll just throw all of this brilliant concept art in the bin. If you're enjoying this random Star Wars trivia, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It does help out the channel more than you might think. And then comes the hero of the piece, Genndy Tartakovsky. I'm giving him the credit here because I really love his animation and his work, but he comes along to work with Lucasfilm on the first of the Clone Wars cartoons, the one that is no longer canon, but the one that, in my opinion, is infinitely more visually interesting. These cartoons are designed really to sell toys, let's be honest here, and as such, they're little tiny chunks. They're like 5 minutes long. They're bam, bam, pow, 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 just explosions of stuff. If you try and shotgun them, it can be very intense to watch the first season of this, but what they have in here is a bunch of new villain characters, a lot of cool, interesting stuff, and one of the villains that they introduce is Asajj Ventress. They bring her out of the concept art from Episode 2, and they dump her back into the show, and they make her a thing. And boy is she a thing. She is one of the things that survives the jump from that initial Clone Wars cartoon into the more fleshed out 3D CGI animated cartoon show, the one that then goes for a million years and is continuing to show up to this day. Hello again, Tales of the Underworld. So Ian McCraig did not succeed in his goal of getting an iconic new female Sith character into Attack of the Clones, but the character did turn up and she continues to be very popular to this day, which is why she's now here in minifigure form again. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Let us know what you think of the new sets down in the comments and do all of the rest of the YouTube things. Give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe and the notification bell. If you're going to be purchasing these or any other LEGO sets from the LEGO website, make sure that you use the affiliate link which is down in the description or the QR code that is on screen. They take you straight to the LEGO website and we get a percentage of the sale when you purchase through those links. Just helps to keep the lights on at Brick Fanatics, doesn't cost you a penny extra. Make sure that you do go to brickfanatics.com for coverage of all things LEGO and sign up to our newsletter so that you never miss anything LEGO related ever again. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day.